names of some events are next. Who's presenting?
Okay.
Are you presenting? Oh, so they're next to you.
Rory sort of, I'm trying to put it out there into Rory.
You offered yourself. You said, and I said, yeah.
You don't use that.
I do, very much so. Right, so we discussed on what this forum should be to start off with, right, and we had a long debate. We discussed whether there should be an element of training to this forum, maybe half an hour uploading some videos to social media, maybe that might be good for training. Talked about having a guest speaker at the forum, maybe somebody internally that we want to lobby can come and speak to this forum. Yeah. How about getting Steve down, Len down, members of the exec down, come and talk to this forum. Yeah. We've touched on it before, so obviously we can do a lot better next time, send the contact to each other and speak to each other before you actually come down to this forum. It's a good idea. The forum should be coordinating our national days of action. The next one is at September the 7th against sports, so that this body should be coordinating with myself that national day of action. Michael and I are actually having an action on the day, so we actually did something to organise workers on the day. We could work with Maurice McCarthy on organising the hotel workers in London. Maybe he's got an action plan that we could coordinate with next time we're down. So we could do that. And then we talked about what the aim of this forum is, to give a national voice, to offer resources to regionals and share best practice. We've sort of got consensus around that. Is that correct? We all sort of agree?
Yeah.
The only sort of thing we didn't really agree on was the training, didn't we? It's got to be useful to us. Yeah?
Well, I think it's a question around sort of like half an hour, what can you do in half an hour?
Everybody is settled now?
Yeah.
Next thing, still on forum. You with it? Yeah, still on forum. Obviously, it's got a link to the branch, region, and national. It's got to be a campaigning body. It's got to build power. We talked a lot about motions, how we interact industrially, and it's nothing's changed. We put motions to the Area Activist Committee, and that's as it stands. This body will be able to do that. But it doesn't mean we can't coordinate motions at this body and send them back to all the local Area Activist Committees. Colin asked about sharing our coordinators' reports, so you're aware of actually in more detail what's going on quarterly. I mean, that will be the answer decision, but I won't see any problem with that at all. We can do things to disseminate the welfare charter. And it has to be more representative, but we've given you the powers in the region to make this forum more representative, so that's really down to you, isn't it? Not down to us to send you a diktat down, it's down to you. And shared materials, I think Andy will let's talk about sharing materials that are developed locally, and need to do more of that, and we can coordinate that. Anything else on the forum? I think that was it. What thing I think might be interesting to come out of the forum, maybe the next forum, is to develop what we're about. I mean, we've talked about this at our meetings. How do we sort of, when we're talking to members of the public, what do we do? I mean, why should people join in our community? We need to develop that, don't we? So I think Colin come along, let's say we're a community campaigning group. We're going to tell you our story about what we do. If you join us, this is what you're going to get involved with. And actually producing materials that tell our story. Show, like I say, having this big vision of solidarity is what we need to get out there. Companionship. And listen to people more and actually listen to what their problems are and sort of like put stuff to their isolation and give. The big one is give people a voice, isn't it? That's what we do. We give people a voice. And when we start building these relationships, we've got to be reliable. If people ask us to do something, we've got to deliver on it. Either on an individual basis or a group basis. So we've got to get this narrative down and to apply it into something that you're comfortable when you're talking to students, retired, unemployed, in your street stores, so you're comfortable actually delivering this message, what we developed for the last 4 years. So that's, I think that would be a good task for us as a national forum to develop our narrative, wouldn't it? So I think that would be great if we could do. Then we've touched on, right, how do we grow? Right, so then we have half an hour discussion, now we grow. Now, for those of you who went in our group, these events we put on what's called a Ruskin Residential Weekend. Every region can now do this. You can go down to Oxford, apart from Julia. Yeah, some nations can't, but all regions can. And you can go down to Oxford for a residential. Let's say regions pay your travel. Ruskin cover your accommodation and food for the weekend, where you can develop your own branch plans. You can come up with your own strategy for growth that you buy into, that you take ownership of. I think Mike again come up with an idea of surveying the membership, but why aren't you getting involved? Why aren't our existing members getting involved and being active? Again, developing a script sheet, what we talked about last time. growing organically, forming more groups. Don't be scared to form groups. I can't believe we've still got South Yorkshire. I can't believe it. Let's break off and form more groups, because they'll naturally grow, won't they? Talk to new audiences and new venues. You're all, like, say, the Left Fest. That's a brilliant idea. Nottingham are doing their own festival in a couple of weeks as well. Let's get more confident. Let's do bigger things. Then this one's an interesting one. Posting out to all industrial members, saying this is what we do. I'm sure you know somebody who fits into our membership category. And I think we should pilot that, and perhaps one of the smaller regions to keep costs down. And let's see what kind of, like I say, turnout we get on that one. Put a joining form in there. Like I say, and let's post out to all industrial members and see what we get back. Students, again, we haven't really got the offer right with students. And if we are going to bring students into our membership, we need to offer them representation, because most of them will be in work, or a good percentage will be in work. So you have to train yourselves up on lay companions course so you're comfortable delivering in work advice. So that's obviously what to do. Prioritise your activists to be Unite Community. Not the Labour Party, not all these other simulation groups, Unite Community. I think Anne talked about obviously getting a clearer digital message out there. If you compare how we're organised digitally compared to our industrial branches, we're just miles ahead. Most of our branches have got Facebook pages, Twitter pages, websites. So in comparison, we're doing pretty well. And then we touched on about the associate membership for some of the housing campaign groups, and we thought £10 was quite a good figure. Taking a sort of like membership. Everybody understand when I'm talking about associate membership?
Nope.
Did you talk about it in your group?
No.
No, we did non-voting membership.
Well, we've got to sort of differentiate between the £10 membership fee and the 26. I think it's going to be you won't be able to vote in the general section election. You won't get everything that you get as a community member. But we're going to do it en masse with small organisations and help them out with their strategy and their training. We're going to pilot it in a few places to make sure we get it right.
Excuse me. Did you say training?
Yeah.
These associate people that come under the tenor, you're going to train them?
We're going to give them some training on their campaign.
That's one of the things that we spoke about upstairs with training.
Yeah. No, the idea with associate membership is you would take it an organisation like the YMCA. This is one of the pilots we've got in Stoke, and they will, the executive of the YMCA there wants all these young people to become members of Unite, but so the organisation will pay their subs, and then we will offer them some training, maybe like half a dozen sessions on employment rights, why young people should engage in politics, social media, and there'll be just standalone training. But the idea behind associate membership is that those young people will eventually want to join Unite. So it's an investment in an
And then maybe I can
organisation.
just add sort of two pennies worth there.
Yeah.
The reason why it's happening in Stoke is because the YMCA, which is like my next door neighbour, it's actually a training YMCA. That's how it's classed.
Yeah.
So it takes youngsters in, but it actually provides them with training and actually, to lead them into actually getting full paid work. The idea is to get them in with this associate membership, and then once they're in full paid work, they will automatically want to join an industrial branch reunion.
Yeah, 'cause
It'll
they
be a
come
natural,
across the union.
it'll be a natural progression for them.
No, I'm not against it. I'm just, we had a discussion about packet training. So, if you're going to go outside, you give people training that members can't get, that are paying for £26, it could create an event, it could create a
Yeah, no,
chasm.
absolutely.
Most
It's
definitely, that's
something
why I
that
love
we-
it. Yeah. We have to get it right, we have to get the training right, we have to make sure everyone's accessing before we go out and do this capacity issue.
Yeah.
Then we just talked about obviously the Labour Party, like say councillors having to be in a union. Yeah?
All members.
Having to be in a union, actually writing out to them saying, look, you need to be in a union, this is the union you should be in, so that's another sort of tactic. And then finally we discussed sponsored members and the particular issue of retention. And everybody aware of sponsored members? Is everybody sponsored members in your region?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously the issue of the last few years has been retaining these sponsored members. We sponsor people for a year, and do they stay with us? So we've got, like I say, a colleague from the Chesterfield branch has got this sort of pilot where industrial branch will pay the membership fee up front, and Colin and the team will collect their subs on a weekly, monthly basis, which pays for the next year. And I think so far 2/3 are actually staying in membership the following year. So that's something to think about when you sponsor your members. And that's it from our group, and I think if we can develop a crib sheet, a narrative about this forum for next meeting, brilliant.
Can I just say,